My district governor, PDG's fellow Rotarians, good morning, and thank you for joining us in this our social STAR program, the Social Training and Action in Rotary. This month, August is dedicated by the Rotary International as a membership and new club development month. This month, we are celebrating and appreciating all the members on the role they have played in the development of our organization through membership recruitment, retention, and of course, extension. Without fellowship, we cannot do projects. So in this edition, we'll be having discussions on membership with PDG Wale, Ogunbadejo, DGE Lanre Adedoyin on the growing membership in clubs and strategies for forming new clubs. So I want to please with us, get the drink of your choice, cross your leg and relax on your chair while we listen to this wonderful speakers as they educate us this morning. So I'll hand over to my DG, Olufemi Adenekan, to give us his remarks before we start. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning. Thank you, PDG, the District Deputy Learning Facilitator. Good morning, fellow Rotarians, district leaders. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the first in the series for this Rotary year on this special training about Rotary knowledge and information. This is important because we have to keep learning and unlearning. Every day, Rotary improves its learning platform and also updates its sites. So as such, it is important that as Rotarians, we should keep ourselves abreast of the latest information and development in Rotary. And it is good that we are starting this month because this month is the month of membership development and new club formation. And it is important, and we are happy to have seasoned Rotarians, seasoned leaders who are going to speak with us. So on this note, I will just appeal to us to relax and listen to them so that we can benefit from their wealth of experience. We are lucky to have the current district membership chair, PDG, Wale Ogunbadejo, with us, and district governor-elect, who incidentally also is a strong person on membership. He has been membership extension chair in the past, I can recall that, and both of them are very versatile in this area. I thank the District Learning Facilitation team for putting this together, and I hope we all benefit from their wealth of experience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, our district governor. We now invite our past district governor, Dr. Ogunbadejo, who served as our district governor in the year 2017-18, and is a member of technical cadres of the Rotary Foundation. He's been an assistant regional Rotary coordinator for our zone, and is currently the chair of district membership committee for our new district 9112. So we'd like to invite our brother and past district governor, Dr. Wale Ogunbadejo, to take us on the next, the first topic, growing membership in our club. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, my district learning facilitator. And good morning, my DG and fellow Rotarians. It's quite hard for me to be here this morning, to be a part of the very first learning session on the STAR program in this very new district. I want to thank the organizers for this opportunity and privilege. I hope you are all hearing me, sirs and ma'ams.
Yes,
Kola.
yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
clear, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry for coming a bit late. I had to go to the district center and had to turn back when I realized there was nobody there. So my topic today is growing membership in clubs. Can we make it a bit bigger? The admin, can we make the word a bit bigger for those who are watching? Okay, thank you. Growing membership in clubs, and I have 20 minutes, so I need to run through my slides. I don't want to be fined by the DLF. Now, the first thing is, what are the learning objectives for this session? So next slide, please. Learning objectives. Now, the learning objectives are, at the end of this session, all participants will be more aware of, one, why we need to grow. Thank you, that's better. Why we need to grow membership. Two, what are the advantages of membership growth? And three, how do we attain growth in our clubs? Those are the learning objectives. Next slide, please. And I want to quote a past president who once said, all Rotary has are Rotarians. But then now, we now also speak about Rotractor as a membership type in Rotary. So I added Rotractors to this. So all Rotary has are Rotarians and Rotractors. And Rotary achieves all it does through the effort of our members who work through the network of friends, neighbors, acquaintances, to help Rotary achieve its goals. Somebody is talking in the background. Can the admin mute the person? So this membership growth is the principal internal or strategic goal of Rotary. Because the more the members, the more that can be achieved for Rotary, be it membership growth, fundraising, service projects, and public. And I want to quickly use an example. We have had the installations of our two new district governors. You can imagine that if you add the funds made from these two installations, I'm sure it's more
network.
It is muted. My PDG Wale Ogunbadejo. Your mic is muted, sir.
I'm sorry. Okay. Am I okay now? Can you hear me? Next slide.
Yes, you are good, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
next
sir.
slide,
You may have. Sorry, sir. Before you go on, you were saying something that I'm sure that the people who attended the two installations, that's why we lost your voice.
That's how you lost. Okay. I said that the more the members, the more that can be achieved for Rotary, be it in membership growth, in fundraising, service project, and public. And I said that looking at the two installations that we just had, you can see that if you put the funds raised from the two installations together, it's far more than whatever we may have raised from one installation as 910. And I just use that as an example of merely districting, our fundraising activity has increased at the installation level, and so it's going to continue in other ways. Fundraising, membership, service project, and of course the public image for Rotary will be better when the two, I mean, I saw the pictures of you two going to visit the district governor, and it was a heartwarming thing to see two governors beside the governor of Lagos State. Before it was just one. Now we have two district governors flanking the governor of Lagos State. Again, that's good public image for Rotary. So that's the essence of, the more we are, the better it's for everybody and for Rotary itself. So the three rings of membership growth: attraction, engagement and retention, new clubs. And you can say I call them the three rings, because each is linked to the other. Now, if you are attracting the wrong kind of people, your club can never have good retention. And so if your club does not have good retention, again, your club cannot attract good members. And of course, your club cannot think of even going to form new clubs. So it starts from attraction, that we must all work towards bringing the right people into Rotary. Not just because it's my friend, it's my party. There must be people who are, of course, like Rotary says, people of repute, be it in their home, in the environment, and in their work. People who have the ability to afford Rotary, and people who have integrity as a hallmark of them, and of course, also the heart to give. So if all these parameters are not in each member you are bringing, then you are not going to have good retention in your club. And of course, that's always going to now affect further attraction and the possibility of a new club development. So all these rings are interrelated. And that's how each of us must have at the back of our mind. We must bring the right people into Rotary. And the right people means that the club itself must be on a good foundation to be able to attract the right people. We'll get to that later. Next slide, please. Now, membership increase in clubs can be through these three different rings, that is attraction of new members. By engaging your members properly, then you can also retain them. And it's not that clubs with high retention rate are usually the ones with high attraction rate. If your club is not vibrant, your club, people come there and they don't enjoy it, if your members don't enjoy they don't have a good club experience, as the current area president keeps talking about, the club experience is key, both for the prospects and for the members. If the club experience is poor, then the possibility of engaging and retaining are also poor. So therefore, clubs with poor retention also have poor attraction, and they therefore have low membership. So in this, all of us are involved as leaders. Don't say you're not a past president, you're a leader, because if one person can listen to you in that club as a very important opinion, then you're a leader. That means you can influence thoughts, you can influence possibilities among the club, you can inspire people. So we are leaders in our club, and we must all take this as a serious issue, not just for the president or the membership chair. All of us are involved in this. All of us must make sure that our club experience is key, and that whoever comes to our club would like to join our club. Don't send them back to the club experience they see with you. Next slide, please. Of course, I said club development can also, new club development can be ingenious. As the DG said, there are so many possibilities now as per what Rotary has given us, and we shall get to that later. Now, attraction of new members. What attracts a person member to your club? How are you as a person outside your club? What values do you portray to people? They see the four-way test and they look at you. Do you really, your own behavior, does it go with the four-way test, or does it go against the four-way test? So if you say I'm a Rotarian, you wear the pin, but they can't see those four-way tests in you, then it's not possible that anybody would like to approach your club. Or if they're going to even approach any club, it won't be yours anyway. But they will say, if this guy is a Rotarian, I don't want to be in wherever he is. So all of us are like signposts for Rotary. We are the ones who will attract members into our club. And it's not just within the club experience, even outside the club. We must really show that we are people of integrity, we are people who are ready to serve, we are people who can be trusted and can be relied on. So each member is a signpost and an attraction point for each club. So all of us must therefore bear this in mind as you go out with this Rotary pin, that wherever I stand, when I was inducted, I was told that I'm a man of repute, I'm a man that I'm trusted, I can be relied on, and a person of integrity. All those must be in us wherever we stand as Rotarians. And that's how we can actually attract the right people into our clubs. Now, I was been speaking about the club experience. Now, the club experience is key, because a lot of clubs get there, you wonder whether they are Rotarians. Honestly, you get there, you see just a haphazard agreement, people struggle, even some even come, you wonder, are these one Rotarians? So the club experience is key for both prospects and members. I must be proud of my club. And the only way I can be proud of my club, if my club truly does things right, if I'm happy with my club, then I also be willing to bring new members to my club. So the club's experience is key for both process and members. Club service projects. I said I'm coming to join Rotary to serve, but my club is not carrying out any major service projects. I'm ready to help. I'm ready to spend money, but the club is not even projecting any idea of doing so. So why should I remain in that club? Or why should I join this club? So all these are things that each of us as leaders in our club, and I've told you, those are because you are not a pastor, you're not a leader. You're a leader as long as you can influence one single person in that club who will listen to you and do what you want him to or her to do. So we are all leaders in our club. Anyway, what do you say we are as our core values? We are leaders. Anybody in Rotary is meant to be a leader even before joining. Even if you are not, you are then trained to be a good leader. So we are all leaders and we should therefore influence what happens in our club. Club's public image. What image does the club have outside there? A lot of clubs have, projects that they do on a signature project. So in their environment, they are known. If they don't do that project for 1 year, people they are worried. Those are the Rotary clubs. Not clubs that are in environment, nobody knows they are there. They meet there every week. Nobody even knows they are doing anything. Each club must carry out service projects. Even the novel ideas from Rotary, the first is that you must carry out service projects. Whether you are a pastoral club, you are a corporate club, any club, you must carry out service projects because that's the essence of Rotary. We are there to serve. So our image depends on service projects, depends on membership, depends on the vibrancy of the club itself. And so all these are linked to, as I said at the beginning, to membership. Membership is key. It's the membership that will drive all this either through themselves, through their friends, through acquaintances, through corporate collaborations. And so the members are the ones who are going to carry this, and they're the ones who are therefore going to attract the right caliber of members. The members' pride in that club, like I said, I will only bring people into my club when I'm proud of my club. When I bring those people, they will be proud of me. They won't say, is this where you come every week to waste your time? Because that happens in some clubs sometimes. People want to bring a member, but they look at what's happening and let me send this person to another club. That shouldn't happen, but it happens, I must say,
Why don't you have respect for me?
when members are not proud of their club. Next slide. Next slide. What happens? Okay, let me move on. The slide will come on later. Engagement and retention. Now, engagement refers to inclusiveness. Many times we bring members into our club and we just forget them like on the shelf. Engagement, please. Engagement and retention. You have jumped a slide. Yeah, that's it. Engagement refers to inclusiveness. Do not bring new members in and abandon them as if on sold items on the shelves. Allow them, give them opportunities to serve in one way or the other. Challenge them, challenge their initiative, challenge their ingenuity, and you see what will happen. But when you abandon on the shelf, they also sit there and gradually they fade out and they can just move out. Allow members to voice their opinions. Please, there's nobody to say we are leaders there, you can't talk. Allow them to talk. The more the people talk, the more the ideas that comes in, the more they think out of the boxes and then you have great things happening in your club. Let members believe that the club belongs to all and not a clique. All members must feel equal. They must feel they own the club, not just a few people running it behind their backs and they just come with decisions that they know nothing about. Run the club as transparently as possible. Please, everything must be. I go to some clubs and SAA performs. The amount collected is not announced. No, please announce it. Let people know. The amount you have spent for that meeting, let people know. Some people will know they are taking notes and they are waiting for you at the end of the month for your report. So please, let's run our club as transparently as possible. Let people know that their funds is not just being spent by the executive, that is truly doing what they are meant to do. Then carry out impactful projects and involve all members. Invite them to those projects. We are meant to have hands-on experience on our project. We're not just meant to throw money at projects. We are meant to be a part of it, carry it out, carry pom-pom, carry basket, carry bucket, and take pictures. Those are things that can influence people when they see you. Oh, so you really want to decide? Yes. We go there, we carry bucket, we carry something, we do something. Take action pictures. We are people of action, not just throw money. We are not in philanthropy. We are a service organization, and we must show truly that we serve with everything we have, not just by money alone. Give new members opportunity to serve. I've mentioned that, and then allow as much bonding as possible through social events. Don't just limit it to the club. Allow members to have some fun outside. They get to know each other better. The 30 minutes we normally spend before a meeting, sometimes it's not enough for you to really get to know themselves. When they have social events outside, they're not develop into friends, not just in the club, but outside the club. And that's part of what retains. When you go to mega clubs, you see this happening. You go to clubs, I mean, I don't want to start mentioning it, but when you go there, you see the level of rapport, the level of camaraderie among them. Those are the things that retain people, not just the club experience. You must also go beyond the club to ensure that members bond as much as possible, and so that your engagement and retention, and therefore, possibility of increasing membership. Because, like I said, it's when I'm part of my club that can bring people into my club. It's when I invite my friends to join my club and they see how vibrant the club is, they will want to join my club. All these are important. That's why the 3 rings, they're all interrelated. And when you carry out properly, then you can have membership growth. Next slide. Now, for some clubs, specific action, I just said this specific action. We'll be speaking about this, each one bring one and hold on. But let's be honest, it has not today worked. But it's a policy that must keep pursuing. Because if each of us bring another one, and if you can't, even you can't all retain them, but hopefully we retain 2/3, then gradually Rotary International itself will increase, because every year we will be 1.2 for more than 20 years. Sometimes we go below 1.2. Because as we bring in there, we're also losing. But if we bring enough people of quality, hopefully we'll then be able to retain them, and then we'll gradually raise the number of retainers globally. Awards and gifts for members who bring new members. Again, that's something that each club should do. Whoever brings in even one member, but when you ask some members, some retainers, they've been retaining for more than 20 years. They've not brought one single member in their lifetime. But I want to thank somebody like DG, again in my club. He's brought, I'm sure he's the membership champion in my club. He's brought far more people than the average person in the club. But many people are just in Rotary. They were invited, but they're not invited. They're not attracted. Again, we should ask ourselves questions. Am I truly living up as a Rotarian? Why are people not approaching me to join Rotary? Because if you are really a good person, you should be able to attract people into Rotary itself. But then we'll ask you what makes you who you are, if truly a good Rotarian. So use of family trees. We tried that in my club years ago, that each person will plot your family tree. We'll be having branches of people you brought, so that gradually we see those who have more fruit than others. We have not pursued it, but that's an idea. You can start having family trees so that we will see how many people are bringing new members, and that could be a point of stimulation or motivation for others. Next step, please. Now, nickel development. Now, I'm sure that DGE is going to speak about that. I'm just going to speak briefly about this because it's important for us to get to know some novel idea that Rotary International has brought. Now, of course, the essence of starting a new club is that one, there are no new clubs, or because they are not satisfying or serving the people in that environment. That we, of course, need to do this assessment. Is that all this must be there, otherwise there's no point in starting a new club where it's already saturated. But if there are areas that can still be served by a new club, of course, a new club. Now, Rotary has brought up so many new types of clubs, things we have not thought about, but which are now up. And like I said, I want to say a few low-hanging fruits, like satellite club. What are satellite clubs? The satellite club is a club formed by a standing club, can start with only 8 members. 8 members. They will have their own separate meeting venue, their own separate meeting format. They can decide to be hybrid or online. They can even decide to meet at a separate time on their own, and yet, but then there's still a satellite of the old club. But they can carry out service projects of their own and run their own programs. They're also meant to pay to have a minimum of 8 members can start a satellite club. And so it's easy for a club to even put like 2 members as a seed, and then they become 8 and they start the satellite club. Now, by the time the satellite clubs now start growing, they can decide to be on their own and they become a new club entirely. So, meanwhile, satellite club can remain to be a satellite club. They are still recognized by Rotary International. So this is a low-hanging fruit. I'm sure many clubs can do this. Just sacrifice maybe 2 of your members to start it. Get 6 more. They start meeting at their own time, wherever they want, and they start doing a few projects here and there, but they're still a satellite of the old club. But gradually it can then become a club of their own. And I'm sure many clubs can do this. And I'm therefore advocating this for as many clubs as possible. You don't need to have too many people sacrifice. Just two or so will do, and then they start. E-clubs, we have tried this so many times in our district, but at least I'm happy that one is surviving, the one of Maryland, which my daughter belongs to. She's in England, but she's a member of that E-club. And that E-club is surviving. Again, E-club is also a low-hanging fruit because we now have so many clubs with diaspora members. If you are finding difficulty maintaining them, why not just encourage them to be part of an E-club so that we don't lose them? My DJ has tried to say appoint AG, diaspora AG for diaspora members. I pray it works, but the essence is each club must really hold on to their own. But in case you're having difficulty, encourage such to now form e-clubs. So that we really compete, we don't lose them. They are corporate clubs. I remember in 2017-18, we went to charter a corporate club, which I'm happy that our Rotary Adedoyin is from now, Abdul. But at that time, Rotary did not agree. They said we can't use the name of the company for that club. So we named the Yaba Metro. But by the next year, Rotary changed, and so they call Yaba Corville. So corporate calls are possible. Imagine a corporate call of GTB, of Access Bank, or First Bank. We have members who are in these banks or in some institutions. You can just get a few together. They can even start as a satellite club of a club. But imagine if they approach GTB or Access or First Bank that we are now a Rotary Club within this company, and we would like part of the CSR to do some projects. So I just think the possibilities are so huge. If only you can use this possibility, because with the corporate club, all of you will belong to the same organization, but of course different vocations. But you form a club which is recognized. You can name it after your company. It doesn't matter. You're just like COVID now. Rotary Club of COVID Yaba, because most of them are from that company. Like I said, we started then, but we're not allowed. But next year, they changed from Yaba Metro to Yaba Covey. So you can see have so many other such corporate clubs. And it's possible, it's a low-hanging fruit. We have many of us who are quite big in our companies. And so we can even get a few people around us. You can start like a satellite of your club, or you can start as a whole club on your own. But corporate clubs are possible. And again, like I said, it's a low-hanging fruit that I think we can also pursue. Then passport clubs. These are members who form a club. They don't need to have regular meetings of their club. They only need to attend clubs wherever they are, either e-club or physical, but they still come back together to do a few things in terms of service project, and that they are recognized. Again, this is another low-hanging fruit. You can do either for diaspora members or even the members who like that, who are mobile, who are not stable, like those who are regional managers of some part of Africa, or who work in some place that they move around a lot. So we need to look at all these possibilities. They are low-hanging fruit as far as I'm concerned, provided that we just allow people to use their intellect and some passion to pursue these possibilities. Next step, please. Now, before each club can take these actions we have experienced, we have explained, each club must be able to take a hard look at itself by using the membership assessment tools. I said it's membership assessment tools, like the club health check, member satisfaction survey, because you must be able to know what your members want. It shouldn't be one person deciding how to go about it. The club must carry all members along, like I said in my talk about engagement and retention. So even in taking these decisions, in trying to say you want to form new club, you want to do this, each member must be convinced of this idea through either your club assembly, through the board, club assembly, and then you take a decision on this. Because without that, it will not work. So these tools are better, like I said, at the beginning of the year to help in taking the right decisions about membership, about fundraising, and even about service projects. You must carry your members along, please. Don't think they are idiots. Each of them came with their own funds to spend for Rotary, and must therefore respect them in every decision we take. You must carry them along, let them be a part of it. Don't let them think some people are just railroading them into decisions. Because it's important for us to know that each of us came to Rotary to serve and must be carried along in everything. Next step, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the resources that, again, like I said, it's membership assessment tools. I'm sorry, I kept writing club membership assessment tools. You can get it on the Rotary website. All these new club sites, you can read about them. get your passport, or get the satellite club. You can read all these. They are PDF documents. Just go to Rotary website. And of course, for us to learn more about membership, even about service, about fundraising, please go to the Rotary Learning Center. There are so many courses. Just take maybe some 20 minutes one night, 30 minutes another night. You can learn so much on your own through the Rotary Learning Center. Next step, please. So again, we come back to where we started from, learning objectives. I hope that all of us are more aware of the need we need to grow membership, the advantages of membership growth, and how we can attain membership growth in our clubs. Last slide. Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. I hope I've not gone far too much into beyond my time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our past district governor and chairman of the district membership committee for our new district. So that the program will not be too monotonous, I don't know whether members have one or two questions or clarification on this particular topic, growing membership in our club. If you have a question or comments, you are free to just indicate, and then we'll be able to take you on. Let's do that for the next 5 minutes before we call on the next speaker. Questions or comments?
My PDG, we have two people raising their hands.
Yes.
Tunde Ezichi and Rotary Mobolaji Odumosu.
Okay, let's start with Rotary Tunde Ezichi from Rotary Club of Lagos, sir. Please unmute and speak, sir.
Yes. What will the agenda be? The agenda will be, for instance, how can states become hubs of production? Listen, you can do whatever you like if people don't have jobs and income. If we don't increase productivity, income will not.
Not take place. So I don't think that's for us.
Must become hubs of innovation. Where
can we meet this person?
Can you
we cannot hear you. You are unmuted, but we can't hear you.
Somebody is talking somewhere, and I was wondering.
Yes.
I have not been called.
Okay. Rotary today, please go ahead.
Can I go on?
Yes, please go on, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I believe that membership growth starts with the Rotarian inviting a prospect, educating that prospect ab initio about Rotary. Because quite a number of times you're inviting a prospect, and it's like, oh, come with me to Rotary. He comes to look at what is happening. The Rotarian must first of all tell the story of Rotary to that prospect to start with. So he doesn't, more Rotarians seem to think that Rotary is now more of a social thing rather than the professional and business thing that is supposed to be. Yes, social, all right, but Rotary starts with the Rotarian inviting a prospect and educating that Rotarian. That means that Rotarian himself must be very well versed in what Rotary really is. I thought I should make these few comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that comment, sir. There's somebody else that indicated. Who is that? Wale, who is the second person, please?
Mobolaji Odumosu.
Please unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm actually known as Rotary Adedoyin Odumosu, and I'm from the Rotary Club of Ogunbadejo.
Okay.
I have a question, sir. At the beginning of this Rotary year, we had about 18 intending Rotarians, and we have a different platform where we manage them, create awareness, and communicate the ideals of Rotary. So again, speaking to the last speaker, it's important that that is done, and I do agree. However, we've only had 2 of these 18 people express their interest to join and become full Rotarians by, of course, paying their annual dues. We've had to increase our annual dues this year, and my understanding is that for intending Rotarians, they have to pay in full before they can come on board. I know that a number of these 18 people, if we gave some flexible payment, that would help them. Again, the situation we're in Nigeria. So I want to ask, is there a flexibility for us to allow intending members also, pay installments of their annual dues, or because they are new, it has to be full, because that's the challenge we are having in our club right now, converting these intending Rotarians to becoming full-fledged members. Thank you.
Our PDG, sir.
Having 4 people with the answer. Oh, I think you can put your hands down now.
We have more people. We have more people, my PDG. Do you want to take everything together, sir?
No, let's take this two. Let's take this two, then we can take the others.
Okay, just go through the participants. Please just go straight to the questions or comments so that I can save some time.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Ziche, thanks so much for your comments. You are very right, and as I mentioned at the beginning, that whoever is bringing any member in must be sure that that member has all it takes to be a Rotarian, not only a professional, a man of means of his own, a man of integrity, and they had to give. If you can't get all this in, please don't bring them in, because they really, like Wale said, they in the Rotary for the very wrong reason, and they may also easily quickly work out. So thanks so much for your comments, sir. Of GRA Ogudu. Yeah, why did club decide that a new member must pay in full? It's because of past experiences. Okay, because many people, they say, okay, don't worry, I'll pay. And then even newly chartered clubs, a lot of mistakes have been made. They were not allowed to pay in full. Maybe the only direct RIB was paid, and maybe the district dues were paid. And by the next year, nobody's ready to pay any bill. So maybe it's just a way of being sure that they are ready for Rotary. But I also agree with you that even Rotary 2 now allows flexibility. Maybe flexible, please be sure that that person you are offering the opportunity will truly live up to his or her words. But I agree that yes, you can be flexible, but that rule of saying new member must pay in full is not to be sure that you are truly ready for it. I mean, some clubs like Lagos or Ikeja, they won't even consider if you say you're not ready to pay in full. But each club must look at its own peculiar situation and decide whether they can allow for, maybe, okay, if you're going to join us, I did pay for the first seminar and pay for all district dues and all, so that you are sure that you are not going to pay for that person in your first seminar. It doesn't pay later, and then you have a bill on your hands. People are now subsidizing his own membership. So each club must be ready to look at each option, look at each prospect, and take a decision. But that regular decision that a new member must pay full, just to protect us so that we don't get somebody who doesn't pay and runs away later after you had already paid his own bills. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Wale, let's just take 2 more, and then we defer the others till after the next presenter, and then we'll take them all together.
All right, sir. We have Rotary Akinlolu.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rotary Akinlolu, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
I like the swagger on the DP. Yes, go ahead, Rotary Akinlolu.
Thank you, sir. So mine is like, I don't know if it's a comment or like a question, but I really want us to come from the perspective of what is the problem, right? Because currently now there are I'm sure that various clubs will have their own strategy policies as regards how membership, growth is being done. But there are challenges, right? So I would like to maybe ask that, can we come from the perspective of the problem so that when we are able to highlight those problems, right, and see maybe it is the policies that we are using or it is the strategy that we are using for our membership growth that is wrong, then we can devise the new strategy. So I think that maybe part of the thing that maybe we can probably do is also to come from the perspective of the problem. What are the problems that we are currently having? We are probably the strategy that we are using for our membership growth or retention or acquisition. Then from that, we can then come from the angle of, okay, what are the solutions that we can then put in place? So I think that's like just my addition. I'm not really sure it's a question though.
Okay, the last one, sir, before we call it a wrap for this segment, before we move to the next one. Lami J. Lami J, are you there? Lami J, can you unmute, please?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Rotary Adedoyin, the President, Rotary Club of Lagos. My question borders on corporate membership. I know we've done a lot around individual members, but corporate membership has been one area where we've not been able to crack some grounds. That is getting organizations to work with Rotary in establishing, corporate members, from organization. I would just like to have more insights on how we can approach this and also ensure that organizations become partners where we have members who will actually be supported by the organization either in the area of payment of their dues or even either supporting, like the way organizations today do pay for associations and club membership. So that's just my question. Thank you.
My PDG Wale Ogunbadejo, sir. You have the floor to wrap up this part, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I believe I'm unmuted now. So let me start with Rotary Akinlolu. Challenges and solutions. Rotary Akinlolu, every year Rotary spends your money and my money on researches. What are the challenges? What are the solutions? Like I said, if you go to the Rotary website, just go to the Learning Center, you see all these, whatever you consider challenges, they are addressed with courses that will address these challenges. So let's not be lazy. There's no way I will sit down here and 20 minutes give you all the solutions. But let me give you an instance. For those of us who are a bit old, you remember the song Ilule Oko Sowolode? That was by Rotary, that was in the 60s. So there has never been a time when it has ever been easy for everybody. And there will never be a time when it will be easy for everybody. But even I'm in this midst of challenges for people are also still doing very well. So let's just say that there are people who are doing well, whom we can target and get into Rotary. But if you talk about challenges, there will always be challenges. But each club, as I said, each club must examine itself. It's a global thing. It's not just in Nigeria. That's why membership in Rotary has not increased globally. So it's not a Nigerian thing. It's a global thing. But Rotary has tried every year to do researches and produce solutions. But it's just that we are not looking at these solutions, and they are there on the Rotary website. Just go there. Whatever the solution of a club, you have whatever challenge, you have the solution to it in a course. When you consider that course, oh yes, you can do it this way. You can do it this way. But nobody can give you all these answers at a sitting. But I tell you, all the solutions are there on the Rotary website. Just go to the Learning Center and you see all the different scenarios being attacked and solutions profiled. But you must go to the Learning Center. Remember that a good Rotarian is one who has knowledge, like Rotary said. So we must all have the knowledge, and it's there provided through our money. But we are not making use of those knowledge. So please just go there, you find solution. So the next one, Lanre Adedoyin, the current president of Lagos. You have spoken of two things: three things: corporate membership, possibility of associate membership, and strategic partnership with blue chip companies. And I'm happy that you're a very high person in a blue chip company, because I was at your installation, so I saw your CV, and I know you personally too. Just let's look at you as a person with your position in your company. I believe we can encourage a few of the guys there to form a club, maybe a satellite club of RC Lagos. That satellite club can then grow later, and you being there, you can help them with some of the CSR fund of the company to do projects. That's like we normally have strategic partner, which was what you were talking about, companies backing their members. That is strategic partnership between that company and the members who are in Rotary. Then associate membership is when you have a Rotary club deciding to take on the company as an associate member. Now that company can, send maybe 2, 4, 5 members of that company to that club. They pay their dues. The company pays their dues. They don't need to come to your meeting all the time. Maybe one of them comes or 2 of them comes, but that company pays their dues. And then when you now have a project, that company becomes a part of your strategic partnership to carry out your projects. So there are 3 things you mentioned, Lieutenant Lamidi. One is corporate membership, where members of a company forms a club. 2 is associate membership, where a club approaches a company to be a part of them, and they second some members of that company into the club as associate members. They come to the meeting when they like, doesn't matter, they are flexible. But when you have projects, you can only take it that company and they back you up. And the last one, like I said, is strategic partnership with companies. Rotary says and knows that Rotarians alone cannot carry out our projects. We need to be fundraisers. We need to associate with companies that can help us with their CSR, blue chip companies around us. And Lagos is so blessed with so many companies in Lagos. You can't even count the number of companies. And I'm sure when you see RC Lagos and you approach any company, they want to partner with you. So Rotary, Lagos has the possibility of corporate partnership, possibility of associate membership, and possibility of strategic partnership with blue chip companies. So Tuji, you are in trouble. I'm going to sit on you, but you want to expose that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Past Governor.
Well, PDG, Wale show you the lecturer should be kind to translate to Igbo and Hausa when he speaks in vernacular.
That's just on a lighter mood. And we thank you, sir, Rotary today. Yes, let us move to the next speaker. Next speaker will be talking to us on new club development and new club formation. Our next speaker is known to all of us. Is the man that will be on the seat by this time next year, our district governor-elect, Rotarian Lanre Adedoyin, a barrister at law, and the man who has had so much experience on membership development and, more importantly, on new club formation. So we are lucky to have him this morning speak with us. Over to you, sir, our district governor-elect, Lanre Adedoyin.
Good morning, my DG, our district learning facilitator, PDG, Wale Ogunbadejo, our membership chair, and fellow Rotarians. It's my pleasure to be with you this morning to speak on forming new clubs, the strategies for forming new clubs. We have 3 learning objectives. Please, let's start with the slides.
Yes.
The slides.
Okay, next slide, please.
The slides, please. The first learning objective, to know why new clubs should be formed. The second one,
next slide,
to
please.
understand strategies for
new
club development. And
okay.
The third, to articulate ways to support new clubs. Please, let's have the slides so that we can flow.
Oh, shit. Please go ahead while
if the slides are not ready. Yes, if the slides are not ready, I can go on with my presentation.
Please go on while we'll work it out from the back end, sir.
DLF,
okay, fine.
Are you allowed to swear?
We will recall that at the training sessions that we had when our irresistible training district governor was undertaking the trainings, he gave us the goals for membership in the current Rotary year. And as a pioneer district, we have to buy in.
Sorry, sir. We now have the slides, sir. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, let me take it again.
Yes, sir.
Learning objectives: to know why new clubs should be formed. Second, to understand the strategies for new club development. And third, to articulate concrete ways to support new clubs. So in the current Rotary year, our district governor has a goal of forming a minimum of 25 clubs with at least 25 members, meaning that in the area of new club development, we are expecting to attract a minimum of 625 Rotarians into the organization. Of course, by RI standard, a club that will be sponsoring a new club should have at least 20 members. But because of attrition and our own peculiarities, the District 9112 has decided that we should have a minimum of 25 members when sheltering any new club. Please, let's go to the next slide. So we ask, what is new club development? New club development is forming of new Rotary clubs, chartering the new Rotary clubs. In the past, we used to call what we now have as new club development extension. Of course, let me refresh our memory that we have three components of membership development, which is one, attraction, which was formerly known as recruitment, engagement, formerly known as retention, and new club development, which was formerly known as extension. Because Rotary International is a dynamic organization, it felt that these former appendages would not bring the kind of people that we want into our organization. So they decided to change the nomenclature such that it will be attractive to prospective members. So why do we need new clubs, if we may ask? For those starting club who are
Please mute your mic, please.
To engage with their community members differently. Let's go to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. The next slide. So for non-members who are starting a new Rotary club, you can engage with your community differently, make an impact on the life of others, connect with leaders in your area and around the world, and set out with others to build something together for yourself and the community, shaping the club from the start. In other ways, we are expected to be innovative in forming new clubs because part of our strategic priority in Rotary International is to increase our impact and expand our reach. Hence, new clubs with fresh
Hold on, please.
With innovation.
Okay, please mute everybody.
Exactly.
And interest in forming Rotary clubs. So we need new Rotary clubs in areas where Rotary has never existed, and of course to build on the existing infrastructure that we have with the means to making Rotary more accessible to more people and making our organization more vibrant and more impactful in the world. Next slide, please. So for those of us who are Rotarians, new clubs are needed to increase membership. PDG Ogunbadejo has dwelt very well on why we need to increase membership, and I wouldn't want to go into that to save time. But to start a new club, you know that starting a new club increases our diversity. Exploring different forms of club organization and club life in our district is a way of course, expanding our reach. Then we pursue new project possibilities in the district. In areas where we felt we have made an impact, there is still a need to do more because of new project possibilities. If Club A is existing in a locality and a new club is to be formed in another locality, it makes Rotary more accessible to people We are carrying our service opportunities nearer to our communities, and we are also projecting the image of Rotary in a good way. It also enables us to meet more leaders in our communities and hear their fresh ideas. We may have an idea that this is the best way to form a club in a community or an environment, but the leaders of that environment or community may tell us that, yes, we want you to be part of us, we want you to come into our, but these are the areas that we think will be beneficial to us, will be more to us, and we will be able to get the kind of mileage that we expect you to give us. So in forming new clubs, we have to be flexible. We have to open new frontiers. We shouldn't be bothered by the existing limitations that we have. Rotary International has opened a lot of opportunities for us to form clubs in so many ways and in ways that are very convenient for us. And of course, the district governor has articulated this much in his membership drive, and he has said to us that we should bring in more members and we should form new clubs. Formation of new clubs is district governor and to our district, because the districting that we are enjoying today was given to us because we had an increase in membership. Without a considerable amount of members in our district, we would not have had what we got now. And the district governor has a duty to form new clubs in another way of growing Rotary and growing membership within our district. Next slide. Before you start forming a new club, you must identify a locality for the new club. Look for opportunities to start a new Rotary club. Study the characteristics of clubs in the area. For example, in an area where we have 6 clubs, let me give an example of Ikeja, the Ikeja area where we have about 6 Rotary clubs in our district. Ikeja Lausa Central, Ikeja Lausa Golden, and all other clubs, to give an instance. What distinguishes them is their meeting times, is the aggregate of the professionals and businessmen in those clubs. So whereas Ikeja Alausa may say, this is the chart we want to take, Ikeja Alausa Central may say, yes, we're also going to be doing Rotary work, but we have to look at it from another angle. Ikeja Golden can say, yes, we have seen what the other 2 clubs are doing. Though we are within the same community, we want to do something differently from them, applying flexible and other methods that can make Rotary grow better in their areas. So then you have to send mails to business leaders, community leaders, to promote the new club as a leadership development opportunity for employees. It is not only the employers that you target. Don't target only the MD, the executive directors, or the general managers. We have employees who are service-minded, who want to join Rotary. And because nobody has approached them to say, come and join, and nobody has given them the benefits of joining the organization, they will be lukewarm, except we send messages to them. We talk to them on an interpersonal level. They will not know the kind of benefits that they can get from our noble organization. And in doing this, you have to contact the district governor, because the district governor is the first point of contact, as well as the district membership committee, to get approval to start a club in an intended area. You don't just start a new club by forming it and saying that we are ready. The district governor must be informed. They will be able to guide you. The district membership committee will also be able to guide you and tell you the do's and don'ts, so that you don't fall into any problem while trying to form a new club. Next slide. The next slide. So, get organized, find supporters, find a sponsor club. The requirement of a sponsor club has been relaxed by Rotary International. You can get a group of people who want to join Rotary, although it is ideal that there should be a sponsor club, but people can come together and be supervised by the organization to form a club of their choice, of their peculiarities, and of their taste, as long as they do so within the rules, the guidelines of the Rotary International, a new club can be formed without necessarily having a sponsor club. And it's in that instance that the district governor has to appoint what we call a new club advisor. In those days, they called them the district governor special representative. But as part of the dynamism in RI, which I spoke about earlier, they are now called new club advisor. And you have to contact the club and district support staff at Rotary International for guidance when you are doing this. Next slide, please. So you have to make a communication plan. You have to tailor your message to your audience. What is the kind of message you want to pass to your audience? Why do you want them to join Rotary? You have to identify the communication channels, emails, WhatsApp, text messages, phone calls, interpersonal contact, and all that. Then contact prospective Rotarians that you know about. We want to form a club in Mushin. There are Rotarians within that environment who know about the terrain, who know about the environment, who know about the people, who know about their peculiarities. You have to reach out to such Rotarians to say, what do you think about this environment? Do you think this environment is an ideal one to establish a Rotary club, or will the environment be hostile or not conducive to Rotary? Because it is not every area that you think that Rotary should be, that Rotary should go. While we want to expand, we should go to areas where we will have the opportunities to grow, because forming a Rotary club where it is not ideal or where it is not wanted will easily kill those clubs if formed. Then look at the professional and community leaders to identify other prospective members. You can even look at your church members, your mosque members, people that you have contacts with, embark on a door-to-door approach. A door-to-door approach will enable you to know people better when you distribute your flyers, when you do your roll-up banners. Even if you meet people by chance and you create a WhatsApp group of prospective members, this will help you. You can go to shopping malls, look at the terrain and see where you can use your flyers to attract people into the organization. Next slide, please. The next slide, please.
Lost him. We are not hearing him again, maybe due to poor communication.
Can you still hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Fine, fine. Maybe it is the network. So all the informational meetings, at your informational meetings, that's where you plan and prepare your agenda and materials. That's where you invite prospective members. That's where you market informational meetings through traditional and social media. Collect information from attendees who are interested in being part of the new Rotary Club. Next slide. Now, this is very important. Recruit charter members, or let me use attract charter members. Sign up regular attendees to your informational meetings as charter members. Charter members are the people, the foundational members of the club. That you have charter members holding regular meetings does not say that you should not invite other prospective people to join you in forming the clubs. The more, the merrier. And consider online membership lists, which can be used to attract. These days, Rotary International has opened a membership portal for members to bring in people, suggest who can come to our meetings. And in forming new clubs, let me say this, you are not constrained to any particular area. You can look at the areas of focus, you can look at sports-based club, you can, between your partners or people that you are doing business together, form a club as long as you go by the tenets and the rules of Rotary International, and you can use a new club to build up leadership capacity among yourself. For example, now, at the last coconut planting project that we held about 2 weeks ago, right on the spot when the program was coming on, a new club was proposed, and the new club will be focusing on the environment. So these are areas of expansion for us. This is part of the flexibility that Rotary International is talking about, that we just don't have to be limited to a particular area. We must expand our reach. and we must enhance participant engagement to ensure that people who are really interested in doing good join us. And again, when you gather people of integrity, gather people who have good businesses, gather people of good repute. Don't just say we want to form a club for the purpose of winning awards or for the purpose of just forming a club. Of course, I'm not averse to the fact that we have old clubs in the district now that we can challenge to form new clubs. If your club is an old club in our new district now, I want to appeal to you to use this opportunity of our new district to support the district governor in forming new clubs. Because by forming new clubs, we'll be expanding the frontiers of service, and the more we are, the lesser the burden of service, the lesser the burden of even having to do our projects. And it will enhance our fundraising capacities, improve our fundraising contribution or participation in Rotary Foundation activities, and also boost the image of Rotary. And when you form clubs, please form clubs that can be sustained. Don't form a club today that you know that has no capacity to be sustained. Don't form a club because if you form a club, you will get an award, or if you form a club, it will enhance your own image. Look at the larger interest of the organization when you are forming clubs, and form clubs that will stand the test of time. So, next slide, please. Hold organizational meetings where you consider ways to collaborate with one another. When you are forming new clubs, you need to know each other very well. You don't just form new clubs if you are not people of like minds. Don't form a club because you just want to form it. We've had instances where people will say they don't know each other. They were just asked to form club and they form clubs. I didn't know this man did not know me. We just came together, our names were brought up together, and now we're a club. There should be synergy, there should be harmony, there should be collaboration among people who are forming clubs. And as I said earlier, target a total of at least 25 regular attendees, even at your organizational meetings. You must have people who would be dedicated to the cause that you want to serve. Hold your election and choose your club members. It is not the business of the sponsoring club to say that they will hold your election for you. Neither is it their business to choose officers of your club when you are forming a new club, of the club that you are forming. Ensure that they have the independence and they have the liberty to freely choose those that they want to lead them. In that way, they would work harmoniously and there will be no conflict after forming the new club. Select a club name and your meeting location. Like we have said earlier, flexibility is the key now. Choose a model, choose a flexible option that you think will impress or will be accepted by all members of your club. The majority interest should always be factored in whatever you are doing, or better, arrive at your decisions by concessions if you think that there might be problems. So at any point in time in forming a new club, ensure that everybody is on the same page so that by the time you are starting, you will be starting on a clean slate and there will be no issues among members. So it is your prerogative to decide the time, the date, and meeting location. That is your duty and your prerogative, which nobody can do for you because it is your club and you know the best way that you want it to be run and the best way you want it to succeed. Next slide, please. So when you have taken together all the information about your members, their phone numbers, their businesses, their email address, and every other information that Rotary International requires, you are expected to submit the new club application form to the district governor, who will again go through it to cross the T's and dot the I's to see that every box has been ticked, so that when the application gets to Rotary International, there will be no problem or any further issues with it. Then once that has been vetted, it will be sent to the club and district support staff at RI for further consideration. Next slide. So once a club has been chartered it becomes a member of Rotary International. We are members of our various clubs. Our clubs are members of Rotary International. No Rotarian is a member of Rotary International. So you have to celebrate within your community and celebrate with your community too, and with current and prospective Rotarians according to the culture of your new club. Every club has its own peculiarities. Every club has its own do's and don'ts. So when you have been chartered, make some noise about it. Let people know that a new club has been added to the district. Let people know that a new club has been added to Rotary International, because the more we propagate our image, the more people will know about us, the more it will enhance our service opportunities, and the more it will attract further members to us. So publicize the celebration in any medium of communication that you think you should. WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, now known as X, Instagram. So many opportunities are bound for you to publicize your club celebration. Next slide. So that a new club has been formed is not the end of that club. The job has just started for you because you are a new club. You recall that I mentioned that the district governor will appoint a new club advisor to mentor the club, guide them and supervise them before they are chartered. Now, that new club advisor's job does not end with the chartering of the new club. He or she would continue the job of mentoring the new club for at least 1 year after charter. But it is recommended that it should be about 2 to 3 years so that they will be stable. If they have any issues, they can always go back to the new club advisor for mentorship, for guardians, and for Rotary education. So then that does not also stop the new club from bringing in new members, because just as you were admitted to Rotary, you also need to attract other members to join you in the new club. Offer different membership models. I think that has been addressed by PDG Ogunbadejo when he spoke about satellite club, passport clubs, e-clubs, and corporate clubs and associate membership and corporate membership. So offer those kind of membership models in your own club too. Be flexible. Do not say that because this is the tradition of your club. Your tradition of your club must give way to dynamism. It must give way to flexibility. It must give way to fresh ideas, and it must also give way to innovations, because Rotary International itself is a dynamic organization that changes its rules and methods to suit the interest of its members. And don't forget that membership is our most important internal priority. Our members are our greatest assets. Without our members, there will be no organization. So attraction, new club development, engagement are very key to the survival of our organization, and we should ensure that it runs throughout the Rotary year. Membership is not only an August event. It's not only during the membership and new club development month that we have to get new members. It is a year-long event for us. So starting from July 1 to the end of the current Rotary year and beyond, membership should continue to be promoted and propagated, and new members should be attracted at all clubs, while new clubs should be formed. So next slide. Next slide. So that I can conclude. That's the conclusion. The conclusion. The next slide. So, in conclusion, Rotary will need to grow and evolve in order to continue to meet community needs. When you charter a new club, you increase Rotary's capacity to improve lives in communities around the world. And you are expected to be a friend to the new club because your job has just started. And let's go back to the learning objectives where we started. The learning objectives where we started, to know why new clubs should be formed, to understand the strategies for new club development, and to articulate concrete ways to support the new clubs. So, with these learning objectives as our guiding principles, we would understand that formation of new club is as important as attraction, is as important as engagement, and without new clubs, Rotary cannot grow. Attraction is vital, engagement is vital, new club development or forming new clubs is equally vital, because it is in the formation of new clubs that some of us were attracted to the organization. It is in formation of new clubs that some of us were given the service opportunities that we have today. It is in the formation of new clubs that some of us had the leadership opportunities that we have today. Just like districting has offered new growth, fresh ideas, and new leadership opportunities for Rotarians in both districts, formation of new clubs will also expand our reach and increase our impact. Thank you, fellow Rotarians, for listening.
Thank you so much, sir, our district governor-elect, for that delivery and explanation on how and reason why we form new clubs. Thank you so much, sir. Questions, comments? Wale, are you still there?
I'm here, sir.
Okay.
We have one hand up here. There's no name attached. iPhone bracket 2. We have Rotary Adefunke AG. AG Adefunke Kine, please. You have the floor.
Thank you. So, coordinator.
Okay, good morning, sir. And thank you, our DG, for the presentation. I wanted to ask a question. When you have attrition and the members are no more paying, and so you remove their names from the RI list, and then they want to come back, what's the process? How do you go about that?
I report, you know.
Okay,
Did you hear my question?
Yes.
I have
it will answer. Yeah.
Then the second thing I wanted to say, that was at the last, for the first presentation, but because of time, I wanted to advise that it's not good to allow people to pay part when they are coming in. We had that problem for like the first 2-3 years, and the club kept paying for those people. So I think if somebody wants to join Rotary and the person is not able to pay the dues first, it just shows it's a sign that they may not be able to be paying the money. So I don't encourage that you allow them to pay instrumentally. We had a bad experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, sir. Our DG.
Yes. Thank you for your question. Membership attraction is a big challenge to us in our organization today, in our district particularly. We have people who are not paying dues owing to different challenges, which we all know. However, if a member will be leaving your club for any reason, apart from termination, I have to say this. You have to do what we call a member exit survey to know why that member left. This is different from member, the questionnaire now. You have to know, why did this person leave the club? Because if you don't ask why that Rotarian left your club and people start leaving in droves, by the time you realize it, there might be no functional club for you to have. So for people who have left or who have been terminated and they want to come back, it is always advised that you get your board to decide what best method should be used to get them back. Some clubs have adopted what they called debt forgiveness. Some clubs have just simply said, don't worry, we need members. He only went on sabbatical. Let's bring him back. Every club has its own peculiarities. What works for Club A may not work for Club B. So in this instance, it is not always good to say, this is what you should do, or this is the chart you should pass, you should apply or take. Whatever your club needs to do to tackle attrition should be done, carrying all members along. And don't forget that the board is the engine room of the club. It is the board that takes decision of on behalf of the club. It is the board that can decide whether members can come back through this way or through that. It's not a decision that the district can take for your club, so that it does not look as if the district is a browbeating or telling you that this is what you should do. But the district will always guide you to say, ensure that whatever you are doing, you do according to your club bylaws and the constitution and the standard Rotary Club constitution. So to answer your question directly, that decision is left for your board to decide. Attrition will always be there. That is why we say we must attract more members and we must form new clubs. When we form new clubs, we will not easily notice attrition. When we attract new members, attrition will be a thing of the past. So it is now a guide for us to say that the best way we can do, get more quality members so that there will be no attrition. There's no club that has not suffered attrition, and there's no club that can say that it is immune to attrition. But it is the rules of your club and the inbuilt mechanism of your club that can prevent attrition, especially if your members are not engaged. And that's why engagement is very important, because an engaged Rotarian is a better Rotarian. If you engage your members meaningfully, I think attrition will reduce. But on the non-payment, it is a club decision that you have to find a way of. I cannot readily tell you now that take them back because of this or that. You know what is peculiar to your club. However, your club works according to flexible rules. Ensure that every member is kept at the club. If you started with 50 members in this Rotary year, ensure that all the 50 members are meaningfully engaged for retention while you add new members. And of course, your club can look at the possibility of forming new clubs, because it is very important. Formation of new clubs is very critical to the survival of District 9112, and we must not treat it with levity. It is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that membership grows in District 9112. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have Rotarian Banker hands up. Rotarian Banker, you can kindly unmute.
Good morning, my DG, and PDGs and AGs in the house and fellow Rotarians. My name is Banker, the president of the Club of Victoria Attendees. I just want to know that in a situation, still talking about attrition, and in a situation whereby you have members that are engaged, but are not able to pay the dues, and also the club cannot take up the, due to the financial state of the country, the club also cannot take up payment of that dues. And you got the invoice, or before you even got the invoice, you are looking at the fact that if you don't act, if you don't do something, the whole club probably might find themselves in a very difficult situation where they are not even able to pay. So what do you do when you find yourself in this kind of situation? Thank you.
I didn't hear your question very well because there is a bit of cloudy network.
Okay.
Can
my DG,
can you?
I can. My DG, I can
because
address.
I recall that you mentioned attrition, but you related it to payment of dues.
My DG wants to handle that. Okay.
Thank you, Rotary Banker, for that beautiful question. It's something that we are all living with. The time we are in now is quite challenging. And this is when we need to show that we care. This is one emphasis, one area I've taken up, and I've said that we should take care of ourselves. It is very important. We know that the times are hard. And if you notice that such member has been paying his or her dues before now, the only way, and you have said that the person is up and doing, we can ensure to sustain them. We have done it in our club. Fortunately, PDG, Ogunbadejo, and I are from the same club. But on a private level, you can support such person. It motivates such person that he has a sense of belonging. A good example is a member who is now in the UK, ran into problem with his office. And not that he was sacked, but the office was not paying his salary for was working in the airline. And he was finding it difficult. Some people supported him from the background. And today he's in the UK and is earning at least good money. And he's still a member. So there's no limit to how much we can show love, as long as we understand that this person is not a person that does not want to do or is hanging on others to be able to live. So a such member will come and pay back to the club. This person I'm talking of today called me one of this and promised to support the year with a huge sum of amount. And so that's why we need to care for one another. I'm not saying we should do it in perpetuity. We can do it for this period that we know and understand the true situation. So, and we always also find a way of supporting that person to get his or her feedback as quickly as possible. We need to practice the care we talk about now. And that will be my only message. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have Rotary Tunde Ezichi, hands up. Rotary Tunde Ezichi, which come of Lagos. Are you there?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, DGE, for your presentation. I wanted to link two things, which I believe would help clubs. When it comes to retention of membership and all that, the character of the club comes into play. And in saying that, I'm concerned about the formation of cliques within a club. Now, cliques can be advantageous, cliques can be destructive. And we have to be very, very careful about clique formation in clubs. That's one of the points that I believe we should look at. Secondly, I'm a bit disappointed when the training within clubs is just don't perform thrilling. Now, this is a seminar in which we're trying to gather a lot of information concerning training Rotary clubs, as it were. Within the club itself, it's important that training programs should be organized, not the training within the club meeting time. That should be a formal thing at which you train, especially new intakes into the club, so they get a grounding into what Rotary is all about, various other things. Take something as simple as protocols in Rotary. People just jumble it up. You will see so many Rotarians who don't even understand what it's all about. What is Rotary protocol? What are the, how should it go? I thought I should make these 2 points. Clique formations can destroy clubs. Bad cliques, that is, can destroy clubs. And training programs should be organized by clubs, not as a part of the weekly, within the one weekly meeting. That's a formal thing that should be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that comment and contribution. We appreciate it, sir. I'm sure the other Rotarians are listening and they will adopt that, especially the area of having regular training outside the usual 1 hour schedule, and then to avoid clicking. within clubs so as not to cause disruption to the cohesiveness of the various clubs. Thank you, sir. Wale, two more questions?
Yes, just a comment. Just a comment before we call it a wrap. The Rotary Club of Lagos President Rotary Lamide sent something to the message box. The circumstances of the time we are in now have made it very difficult to form new clubs. More awareness are needed in this area to stimulate and challenge clubs to champion this in their respective areas and regions. That's it, sir. So after this, we're done. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Yes. Well, it's been a wonderful morning. We spent close to, more than close to 1.5 hours. And I want to use this opportunity to assure all the participants and indeed all clubs that the slides, requests have been made, and the slides for the two presentations will be shared through the President's platform for onward sharing with all Rotarians of our district. Secondly, this is a monthly affair. Next month, same time, first Saturday of next month, we're going to have another set of learning program. The topics will be shared. And then more importantly, just as the PDG Wale and DG Lanre has said, membership drive do not be restricted to August. Is an all year, all day, all week affair. Let's grow our members. Let's retain as much as possible and expand the reach so that we can get more members on the job. On that note, let me just ask our district governor to give the closing remarks, and then we call it a day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my dear Lev Sodipo. We sincerely thank you for putting this together. And let me just do one or two remarks. To Lamide's, the president of Rotary Club of Lagos position, we will continue to espouse and talk about the need for us to charter new clubs. We are currently working hard on it. The district membership chair, PDG Ogunbadejo, is putting the structure in place, and I'm sure we'll reach out to you and we'll do more publicity, as you said. For the other comments that have been done, we thank you for all your comments. We thank every one of us that contributed. More importantly, we want to thank our facilitators for today's event for their in-depth research and ability to deliver on the key areas of membership and new club development for the benefit of all of us, our district and our clubs. I sincerely want to thank everyone. At one point in this meeting, we got to 100 members joining. And on this note, I want to thank all our all our district leaders. I saw PDG Kamoro Motosho joining us. I also saw IPDG Ife Jese joining us. I saw other leaders, district zonal coordinators. I saw many of the assistant governors joining, and I also saw many of the presidents also joining. We are sincerely grateful for your participation. We can only do more of this when we have this kind of encouragement. 100 attendance is something to be proud of, and we can increase it to more than 100 at the next seminar. We have all had the announcements, and I just appeal to you to keep your diary open every Friday, every first Saturday of the month. And we'll still have a proper membership seminar, which will be held on the 21st of this month. We have fixed it for Jebu Day. We ought to have done it on April 1st. On July, August 1st. But unfortunately, the strike and all the happenings in the country made us to stop the announcement. because we sensed it and we knew it to affect us. So to come up on 21st of August this month in Ijebu-Ode, please share it. That will give us more time to have more speakers and also have more opportunity to participate and engage ourselves. Thank you very much, everyone. I thank everyone that has joined. I thank everyone that has contributed. And I wish us the best of the best of the weekend. The best of Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we sign out.
My DG, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rotary today. Yes, sir.
My DG, sir, before you go, please note, my DG, that the DLF does not have a laptop of his own. He's borrowing from one Nick Sodipo.
That's my wife. One. Yes. You know what?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was why the thing was delayed for some few minutes. I tried my laptop, it just fucked up, my phone, everything just wanted to fail. So I had to quickly go for my wife's phone as a backup.
What I said.
It's not like that. It's not like that. I also started with my laptop. And when I realized it was fumbling, I had to use my son's laptop. I'm working with his laptop as I speak. So anything can happen. I trouble with my laptop. I was set for it. And so many things went away. So it's been a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, sir.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Boys. Bye-bye, DG. I greet you specially.
Bye-bye, sir. Oh, Ben, how are you?
Greet you specially.
Thank you for the suya for yesterday.
Ben.
My DG, I appreciate.
Thank you for the suya, the roasted chicken or turkey.
DG, you want to put me for trouble, king of boys.
Mr. Rotary the special greeter.
Bye-bye, yo.
Thank you.
M.O.R.E. Àwa ò ní, but máa fẹ́ kí n béèrè lọ́dọ̀ ìyá àjọ.